Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
Ho, ho, ho! The holidays are here, everybody, and it's a great time of the year. In this episode, we're going to be talking about how to balance this wonderful time during the year while also prioritizing your health and fitness. So we hope that you get some good value, and if you haven't yet, make sure you give us a rating and a review. It helps get our message out to some new people, and we're really excited to see where this podcast can go in the new year. All right, let's get to it.
Did you start recording?
Maybe.
You little sneaky boy.
3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody?
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite podcast with Susie and Brandon.
I realize there might be some new people here, and we never actually say who we are. But I guess in the description and in the bio, they could figure out who we are.
No, we don't write that there either.
Yeah, in the CrossFit Max podcast says the description of what the podcast is. But that's probably way too much work for somebody scrolling through and just saying, what's this podcast about?
I have a confession.
And do I want to stay here? And do I want to listen to this person's confession? I know. I'm not sure if I want to, but maybe the listener does. So you tell him.
No, it's not what you think. That would be so good, though.
You want to? All right, they're clicking off soon. Tell them, what's the confession?
No, I literally was just going to confess to the people who don't know us that the image for the CrossFit Max podcast of the guy and the girl is incorrect. I do not have blue eyes.
You have hazel eyes.
Correct.
Yeah. So when I drew it, when I used
ChatGPT,
when I used AI to create the photos for our podcast, I took a selfie of us in the room here, and I made it probably do
animation?
I probably made it do like 40 different animations, and this one that we use right now was my favorite, but I kept asking to just change the color of your eyes.
Yeah, you kept being like, keep everything exactly the same, but make the girl's eyes brown.
Yeah.
And then it would just like make everything different.
Every aspect, all the facial features, the room, the name. Maybe I could try it again and see if AI has gone better over the last year.
For anybody wondering, when you're looking at that image,
your eyes are not blue.
I do not have blue eyes.
But you have hazel eyes, so you got some green tint to it.
Yeah, I have like greeny brown eyes.
Yeah, my eyes are green. I think they're green in the photo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look like accurate.
Yeah. I mean, you look accurate too. It's just the eyes are just a little different color.
I know, but the ones in the image are like piercing blue. And I'm like, that'd be cool, but it's not true.
Well, we've lied to the new listeners already, so.
So might as well just stop listening now. 88 episodes, Brandon.
88 episodes. This is the 88th one?
88th episode today.
Wow. So the reason Susie knows this is because we had our CrossFit Max holiday party over last weekend.
Sure did.
And in the CrossFit Max tradition, we like to do a trivia based on like the tables set up. So we rented some tables and chairs, and all of our CrossFit Max members came and showed up on Saturday night. We got food.
Everyone was dressed nice.
Oh,
it was
my God,
amazing.
There were some, the people dressed up really nice. Hopefully some people enjoyed the CrossFit Max Punch.
I did.
It was quite enjoyable. Shout out to Tom for whipping that together. And the food was good. Fresh MTL came and delivered some really good wraps and some salads. And then there was also we just got a bunch of Costco desserts and a lot of alcohol and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And people stayed up quite late. There was a group of us that stuck around until almost 4 a.m.
Jesus. I was not one of them.
I got home at 4:45, I think, which was wild. And then what we did is we packed. And then the next day after that, we moved.
Yes, but we were telling them why I know that we're on the 88th episode.
And so the trivia, we played trivia based on like all the tables. We put tables together, and we asked 12 questions.
Yeah.
And one of the questions was, how many CrossFit Max podcast episodes have been
released.
Published since inception? And we are on right now, technically the 88th episode, which is wild to think about. But yeah, pretty cool times.
Amazing times.
Hopefully everyone
Great times
came out and enjoyed. And Yeah.
I got a chance to chat with quite a few members at the holiday party that I don't necessarily always get to see. So that was really fun for me. I had fun to wear clothes that were not leggings.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, like we said, people really dressed up. It was nice to have different conversations with clients. Usually when I'm here, like, and I see someone, I'm chatting about like the workout and I'm coaching them through movements. And then oftentimes if there's time after class or before class, like when people walk into the building and there's no class before or after, then I'll chat with them. But got into some really good conversations on getting to know people's lives.
Yeah, it's so fun
outside the gym and history of their life.
Exactly.
And there was even some really good conversations I had with people who have started CrossFit this last year and how they feel like it's really changed their life for the better.
That's so nice.
So I had some really nice touching conversations with people. And, you know, in that same conversation, there was a lot of them who also told me that it's so hard to express how much CrossFit is changing them to other people in their life, like families and friends, specifically like friends.
We know what that's like, I guess.
and yeah, they were saying like, you know, like
people
some people
are resistant, right?
Yeah, people told me that like I've had, you know, best friends of several years, and you know, I tell them how much I'm loving CrossFit, and I cannot get them inside the gym. I cannot get them to try. They have all these excuses like, well, I have kids. And you know, I was talking
crazy how many of our members have kids.
And
they also have jobs. For anyone who's been here a long time, you know what I mean.
yeah. So, anyways, some really good conversations with a lot of good people. There was about 60 of us here, and I feel like there was conversations that I wish I got to have with people. There's just so many people here. And
I know. I feel like I didn't even get to chat to like half of the people.
Yeah, there was just so much going on, and we're all obviously like running the event, and you know, we had some Caroline and Fred come and join us, which was cool.
So I missed them.
And yeah, so there was so much good times. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this period of the year where, you know, you just get to hopefully maybe relax a little bit, enjoy the family, enjoy the friends. We're obviously a health and fitness podcast, which we're going to go into how to maneuver eating healthier and making healthier choices during the holidays. But on the flip side, it is super important that you do enjoy this moment with, you know, peers inside the gym, colleagues,
guilt-free, just
friends,
pure
family.
Fun.
Yeah. And Saturday night was a good reflection of us just, you know, putting down our coaching walls and just really
having the drink, eating the cupcake, enjoying the unhealthy things in life.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah. Anyways, banter topic over.
No,
you want to keep going?
I just want to banter forever.
Banter forever. All right.
Me and you, baby, together forever. We have our baby getting babysat right now, so we have nowhere to be. We could just stay here all day.
That's it.
Welcome to the CrossFit Max Marathon podcast marathon.
Yeah. Actually, okay, maybe one last little banter topic here is we had the Petit Train du Nord marathon and half marathon registration opened.
Yeah.
Last week. I believe it was on Thursday. On last Thursday, it was sold out. And I believe by Sunday, or even Monday, it was completely sold out.
Wow.
Which is crazy. So that was the half marathon that I competed in last year, and both Susie and I signed up for this upcoming one next year. Yeah. We're going to be doing the half.
I did it the 2 years prior.
Yeah. So but not just that, you've also done the full marathon.
I sure have.
You did the Petit Train du Nord full marathon when I first met Susie.
Yeah.
And then, and you've done the half twice? Or just once? No, you've done the half once there, right?
Twice.
I've done the half twice there.
Because I did it once with my dad and Coco, and once with Marie-Alice.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Hey, me too. I did it with Marie-Alice.
I know, but now you guys are just better matched.
What's your goal for the half marathon next year, my love? Are you putting it out in the air yet? Have you even thought about it? I know life has been chaos.
I am not afraid to say my goals with my chest, but I want to maybe do the 10K in Ottawa first, and then have like a better realistic idea of what my goal will be, because it's right now I just haven't ran in over a year, so I don't want to say something that is too achievable or too far-fetched. So I'm going to do the 10K in Ottawa, and then I'm gonna give myself a target time.
Yep. Okay.
But right now, I don't know. I mean, ideally, I would hope to get in and around what I know I'm capable of, which is like a sub 2 hour. But if I feel great, maybe we go for like 155. If I'm, you know what, I feel like sub 2 hours is like maybe not there yet, depending on like life and training and all those things, then we'll see. But I would say probably between 155 to 2 hours.
Gotcha. What's your best half marathon time?
1:58:14.
Okay. Gotcha. And that was at Ottawa or at the Petit Train?
That was
Do.
You know what's so funny? Okay, I've ran 4 half marathons like recently in the last few years, and I did 1:58 something at all 4 of them.
Oh wow. So let's set it out here. Under 158 is the goal.
157 or less. Yeah, I did 1:58 and change for every single one.
Okay, gotcha. So then we have your goal now.
Yeah,
set.
157. But if
so
I'm killing it and I'm like speedster,
yeah,
then that would be.
So backtracking then.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to actually like give it a good push at the Ottawa 10K?
TBD.
You said that was going to dictate the half marathon.
Yeah.
So are you going to...
Well, I'm not going to sandbag it.
No, okay. Oh, I got you. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't sure if I was going to just run it to run it because it's a really cool weekend. And
we're going to have to train in the winter. So it's not like I'm going to be like peak running, but I mean, I'm not going to...
Yeah, peak. Yeah, but in the winter, we're going to spend a nice 4 weeks in Australia, which is peak summer over there. So,
you know, I have not ran more than like a shuttle run in it feels like a year. So I don't even know what I'm going to feel like. Is it going to come back quickly? Is it going to come back? I don't know. So it's just hard I don't want to put pressure on myself because running is one of the sports I like to do for fun.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put too much pressure on myself and remove the element of fun.
Gotcha.
So I'm racing you.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
You're going down. Just kidding.
I'm excited to get back into some running. I've done a few 5Ks since the half marathon, and I do feel pretty good running those 5Ks.
I feel like the last time I ran was like when we were in Australia last year.
Yeah, wow.
And I was struggling then already because I was getting a lot of pressure.
Well, yeah, you were how many months? 5 months?
5 months pregnant.
5 months pregnant at the time, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. And this year we're going to do some running in Australia again, and we'll have Tommy with us too. We got a running stroller.
Yeah.
Which that'll be fun. Shout out my dad for getting us that for Christmas.
Getting us a running stroller for Christmas.
Tommy just turned 6 months, and now he can go in the running stroller, right?
Correct.
It's 6 months, right? Yep. So now he can go in the running stroller, and he won't die from his head shaking the vibration.
Shaken baby syndrome is much more difficult to achieve at this age.
Yes. Yeah.
Still possible, but difficult.
Yeah. But so running season still in a few months from now, but we're looking into some fun things for running programs.
Yeah, we've got a big chunk of the CrossFit Max community who made it into those signups between Thursday and Sunday for the Petits 15 next year, which is in fall. So we have like a year. Yeah,
we got a long time. But yeah, so running clinics are gonna pop up with Coach Allen.
He's probably hearing about that for the first time as he listens to this episode.
No, I spoke to him about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoke to him about it. He was the one that wanted to do some running clinics.
Okay, amazing. I love.
We also wanted to offer some actual group training for the half marathon.
Like a hybrid program?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It would be really cool to do something like that.
I think Max was talking about being interested in that, one of our clients.
Yes. Yeah. So we got I don't even remember how many people, but I think there's 10 plus athletes from CrossFit Max who are signed up for the Petit Train half marathon, and then also Tom signed up for the full marathon, so good for him. And yeah, so
is it good for him?
Yeah. Well, I mean, full marathon's no joke, as you know.
Very, very, very cool bucket list item, I would say.
Yep. But yeah, okay. We extended the banter topic.
I don't know how I managed to finesse that, but I'm so happy. Should we do another banter topic?
A third one?
One more?
No. We got to get into it. So we're recording this on December 17th.
No, we're here for the banter topic.
And this episode is being released on Wednesday, December 18th, which is 7 days before Christmas.
Santa's coming.
I know him. So yeah, Santa's coming. And
we are him.
We are him. Yeah, this year we are him. Don't tell Tommy this.
Oh my God, don't listen, Tommy. But yesterday I was unpacking boxes. Okay, sorry, just a quick aside. I was unpacking boxes with my mom because we just moved, and we were unpacking Thomas's room. And I've already bought him some Christmas presents, but I haven't given them to him yet. And my mom was laughing because every time I took one out of the box, I was like, don't let Thomas see. Don't let Thomas see. Santa's bringing that on Christmas.
Yeah. How many years do we go without him knowing?
That Santa, like hypothetically,
like
just
8 years, 9 years,
let's
10?
speak cryptically in case there's kids listening. But I think like 6 or 7.
6 or 7. All right.
Maybe Thomas will get like 8 because he's our first kid. But like our future kids, it's gonna get ruined.
Yeah, gotcha.
Tommy's gonna ruin it for them.
All right. Okay. Anyways, we don't want to spoil here because
I remember one of my friends told my sister that the Easter Bunny wasn't real. Miles Miller was pissed. Anyways, moving on.
Wait, I don't get it. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so the holidays are coming up. We have 1 week until Christmas, and then 2 weeks until
love Christmas
the
so
New Year.
Much.
It's crazy to think that 2025 is in 2 weeks from now.
Holy.
That's wild.
20
quarter of a century in. Yeah, that's wild. So that being said, we're gonna talk about how to maneuver your health and fitness gains and your behaviors throughout these days.
Your family members.
Yeah. And yeah, so where do you want to start the conversation, my love? Where should we begin the conversation of?
Okay, let's start with the person who is absolutely freaking crushing it right now and is just like on a high with their nutrition and their fitness gains. And they're having a little bit of like anxiety about
a mental battle.
Like, oh, I'm excited for the holidays, but shit,
I don't want to lose.
I don't want to lose my momentum.
Yeah, I don't want to put on weight.
Yeah, so let's talk to that person first.
Yep.
And then like this doesn't apply to everyone. We'll talk to like people the different potential mindsets that we're in. So let's start with the person who's like, right now I just feel like I'm dialed in, my workouts are going well, I'm peaking, my nutrition is going well, I'm feeling so motivated about all my health and fitness gains, and I'm feeling stress about the incoming chocolates and alcohol and festivities and spending time with my family who are a little bit less dialed in with their nutrition and blah, 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 blah. Let's go. Give them advice.
Gotcha. Okay, so right now,
Pretend I'm that person.
The most important thing that person needs to know is that there are 365 days in a year.
Heck yeah.
And there's only one Christmas day, right? There's only one day of Christmas, and there's only one day of the New Year's.
Yeah.
And in that day, there's multiple meals that happen throughout that day.
Right.
So you think 365 days, let's say you're just doing the typical 3 meals a day. We're looking at over 1,000 meals a year.
Correct.
If you were to even have, a Christmas Eve family dinner and a Christmas afternoon dinner and a Christmas evening dinner,
yeah,
right?
which a lot of people do have, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like a brunch,
yeah.
and then like a late supper, and then like a family breakfast the next day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I would first just like to say that those are only a few meals out of 1,000 plus that you eat in a year, right?
If you're small,
and if that's for someone who's eating, that's for someone who's eating 3 meals a day, right? Maybe you're someone who eats 4 meals a day, or maybe you're someone who has 3 meals plus snacks throughout the day, right?
Right.
So that being said, those few meals are not going to ruin 1,000 meals of progress, right?
So right.
Hundreds of hours spent in training, thousands of steps that you've taken every single day. So mentally, just note that a few meals is not going to ruin things. Now, how can you maneuver within those meals with your family is going to be important as well for you. Maybe is when you're looking, let's say you have a buffet style, or you got a bunch of things on the table, and you have to choose from all these things here. There's the typical cheese and the breads and the desserts and stuff. Stuffing. Yeah. What I would highly recommend you do is when you're doing your actual meal, get a lot of protein on your plate immediately. All right. So typically that could be people who have turkey, lamb, ham.
Yeah. Ham's a good one.
Trying to think of like other sources, like some people do chicken. Your mom does chicken sometimes.
Right.
So search for
In Australia, they do seafood.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. Different cultures do different things for holidays, but search for the dense source of protein. Maybe we're talking breakfast, right? Also, it could be eggs. It could be Greek yogurt, right? Yeah. Get that dense source of protein on your plate first.
Yeah.
And fill it up, and then surround the rest of the plate with all the other things that you want.
Okay.
That's number one. Protein, where is it? Okay, get this on the plate. I'm getting my turkey on the plate here. All right, good. Next thing is we still want to get foods that have fiber in it and that are also nutrient dense, right? So we're looking for veggies are next, right? And regardless of how, typically, I would say, regardless of how unhealthy your family's dinner table is or your buffet is during this time, right? And it's not to be judgmental, because this is a time that it is okay to eat this stuff.
Yeah.
But regardless, most of the time, you're going to have some vegetables somewhere in on the table or on the buffet or wherever, right? Sometimes my family does the peas and carrots thing, right? A lot of families do potatoes, right? Green beans. I'm trying to think about like tomatoes, cauliflower, broccoli. Like there is usually sources of vegetables in your surroundings. So grab that protein source, fill up that plate, get a lot of it on there, and then grab a bunch of vegetables. And then after I do that, I fill my plate with whatever I want after that.
Make sure you have those two primary things, and then go crazy with the rest.
Yeah, stuffing, cheeses, breads,
Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, exactly. Those things. That's a nice family tradition that I've enjoyed from the British background for sure, from your parents. But yeah. So after you filled up your plate with protein, with some vegetables, also just mentally note that, like I said before, it is the holidays. So enjoy these moments. If you're really killing it in your health and fitness journey right now, and you've had some serious momentum in the past, enjoy this stuff, right? This is the type of stuff that allows you just to let down your walls, be with family. If for me personally, it kind of just remotivates me after, because maybe I'll be like, oh, like that was so good, but man, I can't wait to eat something healthy tomorrow.
Your body feels the heaviness of the calories.
And you know what, going back to, this person, let's say, who's absolutely crushing it and has some serious momentum, is that maybe this person is able to now know the difference from eating a really healthy, regimented, let's say, diet, or just, following just a program of some sort.
Right.
And knowing what it's like to not eat healthy, versus maybe we'll put a different person later, where someone who's kind of coming in and just starting their journey, right? They don't quite have that feeling of what it's like to be really eating healthier and not like knowing what, like, oh, I shouldn't feel as bloated the next day, or I shouldn't be super gassy, or I shouldn't feel sluggish in my workouts. Like I shouldn't feel dizzy. Or not dizzy, but dizzy or getting headaches when I'm at work and stuff, right? Like those things are not normal, right? So it's a time to just enjoy. So you get the protein, you get the vegetables on your plate, and just enjoy the rest of the food. Use this as a time to just like let go, relax, and refuel your fire for continuing that really strong health and fitness journey.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The other thing I would just say or two other things I would say is making sure that, alcohol is much more present during this time. What I would try your best to do is I would try your best to just make sure you're drinking a lot of water throughout the day for the times that you're not necessarily at these events.
Correct.
So like when you wake up in the morning,
hydration,
drink a lot of water. If you're traveling from family to family or from friends to family, wherever that is, drink a lot of water in between. And even if you want at the dinner table, if you do want to reduce the amount of alcohol, like maybe you want to have a glass of wine or two, have water in between, right? Make a rule.
Or like have like a sparkling water or like a mocktail or something, so you feel like you're being festive, but you're not like whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to be pressured into drinking alcohol. It's something that, I feel like I've worked on a lot in my life is,
not just drinking for the sake of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes I'll question myself, like, did I need to drink that one beer at the family party or that one glass of wine? Like to me, didn't really need it. I could have just had a buble, like a sparkling water or something,
Whereas like me, on the other hand, that's like the part of the meal that I most look forward to often. Well, that sounds really like I'm not that into alcohol, but like
but for sure, like a glass.
Dream of my glass of wine all week until next week on Christmas. Like I love it. It's my happy part. So like that's not something like I would forgo. That would be something that I absolutely enjoy guilt-free, because that's like one of the things I look forward to the most. If you're someone who's kind of like here or there on alcohol and you just drink it because someone pours it for you, then like don't be shy to just skip on it. Get some fizzy water or whatever you people like.
Yep, you people.
I am not one of them.
Yeah. And then so do we want to give like
I have another scenario.
Yeah, give me another scenario.
Okay. This is fun. I like being the scenario generator and you being the like
the
facts.
guide. Yeah.
The person with the information.
And a lot of the advice is going to be very similar, right? Like that's just what I would push. But there's obviously different scenarios for different people.
Okay, so here's another scenario.
Yeah.
There's a person who feels like they've kind of like fallen off the bandwagon of their health and fitness.
Well, you're in the right place right now.
Yeah. Welcome. Hi. We love you.
Let's get you back.
Okay, so this person is like not feeling like our all-star who's like crushing it, who's dialed in, whatever. And so they're kind of in a like fuck it mentality. And so they're like
start of the new year.
They're in a like the last week of the year between Christmas and New Year's, like nothing counts, and we're in limbo, and we don't know what day of the week it is, and we don't know what meal of the day it is, and chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is fine. Mm-hmm. What would you talk to this person? How would we guide this person into maybe pivoting from that fuck it mentality into something a little bit more reasonable?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like make that joke, like the calories don't count between Christmas and New Year's or whatever.
Unfortunately, that's not true.
Because it is just a small part of the year, but if you are doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner damage
control.
Not damage control, just
opposite.
damage.
Yeah. For
like over 7 days, even if it was just for those 7 days, okay. But then the problem is when we start to do that, we start to build really bad habits.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
that sort of bleeds into
I'm trying
more
to think
than those 7 days.
I'm trying to think of the appropriate answer here, because that was once that person, and I'm trying to think like what would I have what made me do such a big change in my life. And I've had moments of that throughout my entire life, actually, at different periods where, actually I was talking to who was it, Kathleen and Fred the other day when we were talking. Oh no, and it was at the holiday party with Justin and Sasha as well. And we were talking about soft drinks like Coke and Pepsi and stuff like that. And I was telling them that I haven't had a sip of a soda since January 1st of 2010. So it's going to be almost 15 years now.
Damn.
And the reason being is
your pipes are clean, babe.
The reason being is because I was like heavily addicted to it growing up, like really into Coke and then Coke Zero and root beer and all that stuff. And we used to have cans of it. And there was just, I remember during one holiday period where I was drinking several a day. And I remember on New Year's Eve, I drank, I would probably say close to 10 soda drinks, cans of it.
That's
and
shocking.
I was 16 at the time.
How much liquid in your body?
Yeah, I was 16 at the time. And I remember having like acne and just being so grossed out from it. And I remember waking up the next day and just telling myself, like, that was so, I think I had like heartburn and it was really bad. And I just felt so gross. And I told myself, like, hey, like, you just need to stop drinking all sodas. You can't have any. It was like a very,
that
like,
must have been really hard initially.
I think I was so disgusted by it and grossed out by it.
Disgusted yourself.
Yeah. Like, I was like so turned off from it that I said, like, hey, you're quitting like drinking soda. Like, you clearly are just like, you just love it too much. And I remember my skin clearing out within months from drinking it and feeling so much better. But that was at a really young age, and it was like a all-in mentality, mentality of like all or nothing. Yeah. And I wouldn't really recommend that to anybody. But I've also had periods of time where, even during my CrossFit time, where I'm just like, oh, whatever, like people just give you a whole bunch of chocolate for Christmas, which I ask people not to do that anymore because I just actually really enjoy chocolate. And I'm the type of person.
You have to eat it all in one sitting.
Where I like, I don't like it being in the cupboard. I just like really like it. So I'll just eat it. And I hate that feeling of just constantly going through that. So anyways, long answer. What would I tell that person is, number one, I would say before even thinking about food is I would say it is ultra important that you keep up your routine of exercise.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So I would say that it's far easier to dial in your nutrition after, and it's a lot harder to stop exercise for, let's say, a week or even 2 weeks and then get back into exercise. So I would say number one is make sure that you really fall into the routine of, like, it doesn't matter if it's the holidays. At CrossFit Max, we're closed 2 days. That's Christmas Day and New Year's Day. We're open on every other day throughout the week. So making sure that you get your training in, even if that's going out for a run, whether that's doing a 15-minute, in your basement body weight workout, getting in your workout is going to be the number one priority for you.
Making that a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
In the chaos of the holidays, typically people are not working. You can find 30 minutes to an hour to take care of yourself.
Yeah. And
there's no reason why your family can't just like let you be for 30 minutes to do your thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people are like, I have family coming over and stuff. It's like, yeah, I get it. Your family's coming over. You have people coming in from out of town. You're going to spend the next 168 hours with them. That's a full week. You can go and escape for an hour and 30 minutes. That's 15 minutes to the gym, 60-minute workout, 15 minutes back home. They're not going to die. You could do it in the morning before they even wake up, most of them probably. Everything is going to be fine. So keep up your exercise routine is going to be number one. And then number two, what I would, again, going back to all the things I said before, try to prioritize protein at every meal.
Right.
And the reason I'm saying this, guys, is because I just said eat protein without any explanation. But number one, protein is the most important macronutrient, right? It'll also during this time, there's a lot of heavy fat around these meals.
Oh yeah.
We're talking all the cheeses, right? We're talking all the oils. The desserts, right? The cream.
Yum.
So there's all like these really, really heavy fats that are surrounding these meals. And then on the flip side, there's also an aggressive amount of carbohydrates. We're talking all the breads, we're talking all the desserts, all the sweets, we're talking all the pastries. Like, there is so many carbohydrates and so many heavy fats that are around these meals. And if you most likely what's going to happen is if you fill your plate with protein, which is the most important macronutrient, it's also going to help with your blood sugar levels.
Right.
It's going to help you feeling fuller during these meals, right? There's a reason that you can eat a whole box of Oreo cookies, right, and still feel hungry at the end, versus if you eat a full chicken breast, it's unlikely that you're going to want to be like, I want 3 more chicken breasts. Like, it's just not the reality of the situation, because protein is very, very filling, and it also takes you a lot of time to eat it. Like, think about your turkey on your plate, like going through the motions of eating all that turkey. Like, it takes time. It allows the hormones in your body to discuss, like, hey, I'm starting to get full right now. I'm starting to get full right now. Like, it allows your gut and your brain to communicate much better versus when you eat a lot of, let's say, really, really good sugars, your body is like, this is freaking delicious. Keep sending more. And your body's just like inhaling all these calories, like really, really high calories. And it's just going down much quicker. And your body loves that shit. And it says, put more. Right. Until you get to the end and you're just like, I literally can't put anything else in my stomach. Right? And then you've already gone beyond that moment.
Yes.
So that being said, if you're that person, if you tend to indulge in these things, still prioritize protein, because it will make you more full and it'll stop you from overeating. We'll say that maybe overeating happens, but really going excessively on the other side.
But what I would also say to this fictional person that we're speaking to in this scenario is having that sort of effort mentality, and that this doesn't matter, it's just the holidays or whatever. It's not actually accurate, because what's going to happen is it's not going to start and end on Christmas and New Year's. It's going to bleed into, Christmas is in a few days and I'm off work and it's Monday the 23rd right now, so whatever, Christmas starts now.
Extra glass of wine here.
And then what happens is trying to wean yourself off of having chocolate after every meal, having wine with every dinner, having things is going to be difficult, because of course it's enjoyable. Of course, if you're somebody who's into like food and sweets and stuff like that, it's addictive and it's enjoyable. And so, and then you end up, I have this extra box of chocolates, I'm just going to open it. And it turns into not just a couple of days of indulging, it really just bleeds into everything. So it's important that you exercise a little bit of self-control and really enjoy when it's the moment to enjoy. But if you have those unopened box of chocolates, like, give it to your neighbor, give it to your friend, get it out of your house as quickly as possible, and not through the plumbing.
Exactly. That's a really good piece of advice there. Just give it to people.
Give it to your neighbor, give it to your friend, give it to your postman, just give it to someone else.
I would also say
pass the baton.
I'd also like to add that this time is a time of giving.
Absolutely.
And if you're listening to this and you are trying to focus on your health, it's important that it's not just a you thing. It's also the people. It's like what you do around you as well, right? So if you're someone that is like, damn, these people keep bringing me cookies and stuff, these baked cookies, and they're so good, and I don't know what to do with them, and then you turn around and you bake them cookies, like it's not a good circle here. Like what people often do, a lot of parents here, this will be a good one actually for some parents. It's like parents just want to buy their kids so much chocolate during this time, and it's like, okay, some chocolate is good. The desserts that we're going to have during these meals, like these cakes and these pies, okay, but just feeding your kids with a stocking full of like endless amounts of chocolate that's going to last them a month, is that really the right message that you want your kids to be having? Is that, okay, well, Christmas is time to indulge, but now we're just going to make this a full month journey of just eating all these really, really unhealthy foods? I think it's something that someone should consider when they're purchasing gifts and giving it to their kids, whether that's their neighbors, their colleagues, and stuff like that. That, another one is alcohol too, getting people bottles of wine and stuff, right? I think there are other ways that we could gift people than unhealthy treats. And same thing for our food donations right now. every Christmas we collect food for the West Island Mission to give back to them. And something that I tell the community is, yes, on their website, one of the things they ask for is juice. Do I think that juice is going to be the thing that's going to help someone in need of food? I don't think so, right? I think that everybody should be drinking water, which is mostly free for everyone, especially in this country. I think that giving them juice is not the appropriate thing to do, but we can find healthy variations to give to these people. We can get quinoa, we can get them rice, we can get them beans, we can get them other non-perishable foods that are still in a healthy way.
Absolutely. Love it.
So a little food for thought.
So if we're going into this holiday season anxious, don't be. It's a blip in the calendar. If we're going into this holiday season with F everything, like I'm here to live life, you only live once. Well, actually, let's put it on pause. Let's backtrack. Enjoy the moments that are meant to be enjoyed, but let's exercise a little bit of self-control, a little bit of mindfulness when it comes to our food on the days that are not the special days, whatever days that you are celebrating. Did we I feel like we attacked the two primary angles of the people who are going to be listening to this podcast. Because we're not really this, no one's listening to this podcast who isn't at least mindful of their health a little bit, And if you are, welcome. Stay a while.
Yeah, I think that kind of touches on two different points. And I feel like I've been in both of those categories.
Same.
At different periods of my life. The last few years I've really dialed in the first scenario, but it's a non-judgmental thing at all from this podcast and from coaching perspective. I've been in that second situation, and like you said, it definitely takes some self-reflecting to proceed throughout these holidays. And even just tuning on to this podcast and looking at the title and saying, what do these people have to say to help guide me in these situations? That's already a beautiful step forward in the right track.
Right. And I think that there's something to be said of what we talked about. I'm not sure if it was last week or the week prior about ending the year on a good note. Yeah. If you're listening to this and you're like, you know what, I've kind of been having that fucking mentality for the last month. And you're like, well, now's not a good time to start being mindful about my health because it's the holidays. You're just incorrect. It's always going to be the best time to start is always now.
Yeah.
So even if it is something that maybe you have kind of dropped the ball and it's been a few months, you feel like you've dropped the ball, but coming up over the next few weeks, you're feeling a little bit more motivated and you want to get ready for the new year. People start to really reflect at this time of year. It's still a great time to start implementing some healthy habits. You don't have to wait till January 1st. You can start doing that on Christmas morning if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that a lot.
I love you a lot.
Yeah. I mean, for the same reason that we say I
love you too, Susie. You're so cute.
I love you, baby.
Thank you. I was I need to know.
For the same reason we don't preach, the new diet starts on Monday, or I'm going to join the gym on Monday. It's start now, right?
Yeah.
And going back to my initial point where I said in scenario one, where a few meals is not going to ruin 1,000+ meals. Mm-hmm. If you just scrap the entire month of December, that's almost 10% of the entire year, right? That is a big chunk if you scrap an entire month off the calendar, right? So yeah, there's no better time than now. And don't think that because it's the holiday, you can't actually make good health and fitness gains. You could continue to improve your health. You could continue to build in your fitness journey, right?
Go out and run a 5K on the 26th of December. Burn those, use those extra carbohydrates to fuel your tank. You know what I mean?
Get your training in. For some people, just you're gonna catch up on more sleep, and sleep is super important during this time. There's a lot of other aspects. Maybe some of you guys have just been working really, really hard these last couple months, and filling up your social bucket right now is going to be really enjoyable for you. So,
and that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. There's going to be this is a time to not stress about life. This is hopefully a time that you get to enjoy and decompress. But also we're just going through the motions of still making sure that we're prioritizing our health and fitness, and then enjoying the rest of this. And we will always preach balance. In this situation, the balance is scaled more towards just like enjoyment and being with your family and your friends and eating foods that are a little less healthy. But because we've done such a good job over the last few months, or hopefully this entire year, that a few meals out of 1,000+ meals you've had, it's not going to ruin your entire progress. And we want to make sure we're finishing the year really strong.
Mic drop. But don't drop our mic, because you did that last episode.
It's true. All right, we finish this podcast with Client of the Week. Do you want to name them, Suze? You want to tell them why you chose this person?
Client of the Week this week is a female client. She's near and dear to my heart, along with all of our clients. And I actually really wanted to name her last week, because she's somebody who is quite active on social media. And we were talking about social media last week, and she likes to post about her progress and everything. Yeah. But we just have so many clients of the week, so we can't make them all every week. But she has been crushing it. She does not live close to the gym. She makes the commute. Yeah. She actually changed jobs, so she's no longer working close to the gym either. And she's still crushing it, showing up all the time. She brings her friends. She always has a positive attitude. So client of the week this week is Nicole. Yay. Thank you, Nicole. Keep crushing it. We see you with making all your gains. We also appreciate you sharing them on social media, and bringing your friends and just being fun and amazing.
She's kind of like quiet, but then like she gets the workout going and she's like just freaking sends it. Yeah. I just feel like her arc of like gains has just been really impressive. Wow. I like that. Her arc of gains.
Her gains arc.
I love that.
Okay.
Good job, Nicole.
Keep it up, girl.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode, guys. We hope you got some good value. We wish you the best during these holidays. I don't know what we're going to do for next week. Are we going to pre-record an episode? Because are we going to release an episode on Wednesday, December 25th?
Yeah, we are.
I guess we're going to have to, huh?
Yeah, because we are 88 episodes in. We're not about to miss 89.
We haven't missed a single episode
Ever.
In 88 weeks. Let's keep it rolling.
In 88 weeks, we've traveled the world. We've had a baby. We've dealt with some grief. And we have never missed an episode. We're not about to miss an episode just for old Saint Nick.
All right. We'll catch some of you guys on December 25th. And we'll see you guys soon. See ya.
Bye.